Awesome. Let's go. Now, ACCM and Hope. Very nice kind of standard civilizations here. If the Franks are going to be playing as the cavalry civ and the Armenians are going to be playing as the archer civ, which will likely happen. Pretty good for 2v2 Arabia. On the other side, I guess the same, right? Malay can play archers and Romans can play cavalry, but long-term, the Roman cavalry is going to be a little bit worse. As Dragonstar goes for the early mill, because it is a chicken map. I think the previous maps on Arabia have been deer maps in this tournament so far. I haven't seen the chicken opening yet, but this is the new strategy when chickens are involved. Come out here for an early mill, then you take the straggler wood later, then you go for the lumber camp. That just lets you get a little bit of value from these without risking your villagers later. Let's see if the other players want to go for the same thing. Hope right now has 7 villagers on the board. Still hasn't even gone out to wood. But he's Armenians. Could just go mule cart, right? He could take wood. Oh, there it is. There it is. I was wondering. Wondering where his wood villagers are. Well, they're going to be taking chickens first, and then they'll shift over here at some point. No mill for ACCM. He'll just go for a standard build. And on the other side, standard build as well for Cosmonaut. Cool. Cosmonaut does have a very unfortunate berry placement. I think you'd much rather go for the chickens than the berries early. It's just up on the hill. It's not going to look great over here. Oh! Hold up. Cosmonaut's from Turkey. Blanky. We have a lame going on from Dragonstar. And Hope doesn't see this. He's about to see the board coming back across, but I think this is just too late for him to stop it. He'll angle his scout this way. Dragonstar's trying to get this home. Dragonstar does have the boar over here. He's going to have to send a villager, I think, to help this boar come in. You can see Hope trying to get damage against that scout. He's weakened it, but the villager is here, and Dragonstar will be able to get this boar back towards his TC. So Hope is -1 boar. Good thing he's playing as Armenians, and he can get out here onto these chickens early. Not the cleanest situation under Dragonstar's TC while this is all going on. 3 dead sheep at the moment. But a good start. Good start regardless for the doctor. As the lumber camp only now comes out. That's how late you have to be with the lumber camp if you're going to go for the early mill start. It's a really cool adaptation to having chickens on the map because you can't push the deer in. That's what the devs were trying to do when they changed Arabia, so there's a chance that chickens spawn. Trying to force different builds like this out, right? A little bit more risk early. Okay, so Hope and ACCM both on the way to Feudal Age. I hate chickens, though. It just feels so inefficient. Yeah, but it's inefficient for everybody, right? Everyone's having the same struggle you are. Alright, so the barracks is going up on the hill. Cosmonaut will have the best eco out of these players because he's Malay. He could click up later, which means he has 2 more villagers. Might struggle a little bit with the wood for the range, though, if he builds the mining camp. We'll see. Still has a lot of villagers over here, too. Hope is going to struggle for sure. His chickens still have some food on them, but they're kind of way too exposed. He doesn't have any sheep under the TC. Dragonstar actually might have lamed some sheep as well from Hope. He just has no food whatsoever. Thank God he's playing archers. He's just on the berries at the moment. Dragonstar should be in a really good position with that extra boar to make a bunch of scouts early and apply some pressure over towards Hope's side. He's going to need help from ACCM early. But it is ACCM, right? By far the best player in this game, ACCM. And in a 2v2 situation, he should be able to carry, even if his ally is struggling a little bit early. And this TC speaks of struggles. There's not a single villager underneath it. Oh boy. He's got a little bit of food in the bank. He's got some villagers in the queue. It'll last for a while, but it won't last forever. Second archer range already coming up for Cosmonaut. And Hope hasn't gone for the second range yet. He's gone for one spearman because he knows he's going to get hit early by Dragon Star. But he can't really afford additional spearmen. I mean, still only 4 on food for him. We're going to be looking over here a lot. Second range just now going up. So a faster build from Cosmonaut, the archer player from Black Sails. As the scouts come forward from ACCM. ACCM scouts will have an advantage over Dragon Stars initially with 54 HP. As we get deeper into the Feudal Age, though, Dragon Star scouts will start to be better with bloodlines.
Reports from the Norwegian national team describe
Good quick
the
wall.
dramatic turn of events as a rabid fan, one fake Lars, tried to invade the pitch and ask Holland for an autograph. The assailant was subsequently tackled to the ground and banned.
Okay. Fake Lars has been tackled to the ground and banned. Kind of like this villager over here. And this villager as well, as ACCM gets the 2 villagers from Cosmonaut. And there goes his eco advantage. His early eco advantage with the melee. There it goes. Down the drain. 2 villagers dead. Amazing quick wall initially. And then he just watched the scouts slowly run across this side. And for whatever reason, he chose not to wall it. Maybe he was distracted somewhere else. You can see Dragon Star now coming forward. He's going to look for some value. Good defensive play here from Hope. Considering he got lamed and all the struggles he's had early, Dragon Star hasn't really been able to do anything to him. And now Dragon Star is going to be forced to go over to ACCM's base. But Cosmonaut will take more damage. Oh, ACCM. Oh, he's just going to destroy the eco from Cosmonaut. Another villager goes down. That's 3 villagers lost. Make it 4. Yikes. Cosmonaut not doing the simple things that he needs to do, right? Just wall here. Wall here to save those 2 villagers. And now he's pretty far behind ACCM for sure. It's 8 scouts for Dragon Star, but it's full walls for both of the Vietnamese players here. And ACCM, he won't make the same mistake Cosmonaut did. He's not going to lose the vills to scouts. He's going to get a tower over here for some sort of defense. ACCM now meeting up with Hope over on this side. Cosmonaut finally going for the tower to protect the gold. That's good timing because the archers are coming in. However, you'd kind of want Cosmonaut with some archers forward to support this push from Dragon Star. Nice job from ACCM. The archers have found a way around. There's no tower over here. Cosmonaut will have to keep his archers at home. And that sucks. Because now they can't do any damage whatsoever forward. They need this archer mass over there. But ACCM and Hope are doing a great job of pinning him down. And ACCM once again comes in with the scouts. He's going to take another villager. He'll run away. He didn't lose a single scout in that engagement. Lost a bit of HP, but that's okay. And Cosmonaut, I think, is down 5 vills. Yeah, he's down 5 vills with 2.5 minutes of idle TC time. I mean, Hope's had some idle TC as well because of the lame and everything. But he hasn't lost a villager yet. Cosmonaut is in the dumpster here. Couple archers forward are somewhat helping from him. And they might actually snipe a villager here from ACCM. They don't get him. But Cosmonaut is struggling still. It's horrible. It's really, really bad for him. He has kind of managed to wall off this wood line option over on the side, so he's going to abandon this, and then maybe he'll try and send his archers forward. We haven't looked at Dragonstar's base in a while. He's adding the second stable. His farm eco is looking decent. And he has 11 scouts with the armor and with forging. Patrick, thank you for the 2 months, bro. Welcome back. What a few weak villagers here for ACCM as he ejects the scouts. He's going to meet up with his other army. He's going to try and fight this. Bloodlines is needed. 25 seconds away for Bloodlines from Dragonstar. I don't think ACCM is going to want to engage here because there is a Spearman. And there's all these scouts. But if he wants to save that stable, he's got to do it soon. More villagers coming forward. Dragonstar just got Bloodlines. ACCM, I don't know if he's been checking the upgrades, but Dragonstar should be able to win this fight with the upgrades. And he will win it convincingly. ACCM needs to run away. Hope is coming over to support. Where is Cosmonaut? He's looking for these archers, bro. Cosmonaut is on a scouting expedition over here, and Hope just weaseled his way through on this side. He missed all of them. He had full scattered formation scouting the map as Dragonstar gets a huge fight here, clearing up all of the scouts and all of the archers. Black Sails takes the score lead on the back of Dragonstar's excellent engagement in the center. Military count heavily in favor of Black Sails. The archers do show up, and this has to be just the most frustrating game for Cosmonaut. It actually turns out fine because he takes out some of them. Doesn't lose a villager. But Castle Age is on the way for Hope. He's only a minute away. Resources looking for good for Dragonstar. He should be able to click up soon. ACCM still quite far away. Dragonstar did manage to sneak in Wheelbarrow too. What's up, Sam Squanch? Dude, I freaking love this tournament. It's been so long since we've had some good 2v2s. I'm really looking forward to the league as well for some good 3v3s. I mentioned before though, guys, I have committed to casting with Hera for the Grubby versus Pig series. Hopefully this one's done by the time that starts. It should line up perfectly. But I might have to leave partway through this set if it goes super long. Good push from Dragonstar and Cosmonaut. Good Castle Age timings from them compared to ACCM, but compared to Hope, not so much. Castle Age is going to be big for him. One villager finally goes down from Hope. I think that's the first villager killed by Black Sails. No. We actually had 3 villagers killed from ACCM, so maybe it was those 2 archers forward that sniped the vills. Another villager goes down from Hope. Dragonstar's going to have 13 scouts he can upgrade. ACCM now on the way to the Castle Age, adding 2 more stables. He did a really good job to defend the 2v1 and get damage onto Cosmonaut, which is why he's so late. Hope never really took any damage early at all. And that's a respectable Castle Age for ACCM, all things considered. 2v2s are too repetitive, though. Always the same. I'd say yes on Arabia. On other maps, not as much, right? Like, this map pool is really nice for the variety. African Clearing is different. Nomad is different. Fortress is very different. Atacama... We saw the Sicilian Donjon rat mode game from Dragonstar yesterday. Coast Arena is really fun. Or not Coast Arena, Coastal Force. Coastal Force, not Coast Arena. Coast Arena is a good map, but it's a good push from Cosmonaut over here. Hope needs to run. Eco count for Black Sails is catching up as they snipe a couple villagers. The knight comes in from Dragonstar. Light kept pushing this way. Ballistics on the way now from Cosmonaut. He's back up to 41 villagers, so he's getting close. He's had a really good recovery. Still 4 minutes of idle TC time this game. And sniping the farms from Hope is huge. Because this entire game, Hope has just had massive food insecurity, let's call it. Crossbow's at the back here. ACCM sees it. Does he have the second armor upgrade? He does, so he can clear this up. Cosmonaut's going to try and get as much value as he possibly can. Don't even think he kills one knight. Great job from ACCM to save that. Never mind. Absolutely sniped. See you later. Knight also in on the gold, and that's 2 extra dead villagers. Dragonstar has done such an awesome job this game with his mobility. And Hope will need to be careful over here again. That gold in a brutal position, right? He didn't do himself any favors the way he walled around it either. Might need to look for a different gold. He's found one on the TC. Might need to shift all of his villagers over there. This is just a point of pain for him at the front side of his base. We'll need to pull away from that. The army from Hope still kind of wandering around. No ballistics for him. No university at all. So that's the difference there between Cosmonaut and Hope, as Cosmonaut snipes another villager, snipes another unbuilt farm. He's taking this farm too. Hope's food eco is still in the gutter. So many farms have gone down. There's another farm going down too. I love this from Cosmonaut. He's putting Hope in a really difficult position. And he snipes another villager. Dragonstar's going to have to try and repair this wall over here. Don't think he can get there. He might need to re-wall behind it. He's kind of waiting with his knight army over on this side. I think he might be paying attention somewhere else. The army comes in from ACCM and Hope. It feels like Dragonstar could have done something against this a little bit earlier. He's going to lose a ton of villagers. I don't know why Dragonstar just didn't go for like a house or something behind this. He's going to lose half his eco. Where was he paying attention? I have no idea. They're still doing damage on Hope's base, but Dragonstar is taking an outrageous amount of damage over on this side. Projecting in and outside of the TC, trying to get the conversions. He finally does. Crossbow armies both at risk of going down over here, but I think both of them are going to get saved. Meanwhile, over here, Cosmonaut is yeeting his crossbows into the fortified church and the TC. It's tough to focus when so much is going on. How many villagers did Dragonstar lose there? I think he lost 12 in that one push. I don't think he had lost a villager up to that point. It was very easy to push that away. Like, even the monks targeting the knights with the conversions might have pushed him away. More range is coming up for Hope as this range goes down. Finally, a university, and he tries to go to the gold again. Oh, oh, God. Every time I look back at Hope's base, it gets worse. He's at 52 villagers. ACCM is at 55. ACCM has gone full army production, so he hasn't been able to really add an eco. He does have excellent eco upgrades, though. Look at that. Second wood upgrade, second farm upgrade, horse collar, not horse collar, handcart for him. So it actually, and only 23 seconds of idle TC time. ACCM actually might have the most res collected in this game. No, it's Dragonstar with the Romans. Sick. Even after that raid and all that idle time, still having a phenomenal economy himself. He did get wheelbarrow super early. Adding in some extra stables. He's going to be 5 stable. ACCM sitting at 3. going for a third town center as well. This is not good for Cosmonaut. ACCM pushing in here. He's finding a nice little choke point to sit in. I don't think ACCM should fight this long term. He's going to lose a lot of his knights, especially with the TC there. But he's super confident. He just wants to get rid of these crossbows, I guess. He doesn't care about the knights. Wow. It's a lot of value being lost there from ACCM. The crossbows are easier to reproduce than the knights for sure. That is a crazy commitment. It's so much easier to remake this crossbow army than that knight army. Big fights in the center here too. Another big clear up by Dragonstar as he begins to grab the relics. Hope has 13 crossbows left, 64 villagers. We look at his counterpart over here. Cosmonaut, who is also playing Archer, 78 villagers, only 11 crossbows. So not so bad, but a significantly better eco. Look at the outpost from Dragonstar. Just look at the minimap. It's like chickenpox, dude. He's gonna surround him with outposts. You can see the TC over on this side. What are the resources looking like? Pretty good for Cosmonaut. Usually your Archer player is the one that wants to click up super early. Romans and Franks taking an engagement. Beautiful stack patrol from both. Iron Casting was in for ACCM, but Dragonstar had the crossbows behind providing support, so it's ACCM that actually needs to leave. And like I was saying, usually it's your Archer player that wants to go up early to Imperial Age once they hit those timings, right? Cosmonaut having the food in the bank. The only question is whether he can get the gold in time. You can see he's selling with the market. ACCM has also seen these villagers coming forward with that one knight. Dragonstar will need to stay near here. They need to keep this castle up. Or get this castle up, rather. Wouldn't mind Cosmonaut quick walling this right now. Just a few houses or something to stop the knights from coming in. Dragonstar's got to be over here. The positioning feels wrong for Black Sails. Dragonstar is not here. And the crossbows are coming in. Cosmonaut did not go for any walls or anything. He might lose all of these villagers. This might be a doubt. That's a terrible decision from Cosmonaut to not wall that in, and from Dragonstar to not even be sitting near his ally. What on earth? And now Dragonstar is going to take his turn to try and go for a doubt castle as he sends villagers forward. Cosmonaut is now on the way to Imperial Age. If they get the castle up, it's still a good position. He's sending more villagers forward now. Still has more vills than Hope. Crossbow sniping villagers over here. Dragonstar should be able to get this completed. Just wild, bro. This was the priority. You can't afford to look anywhere else but here. And Dragonstar was somewhere else. I don't know, but his knights were sitting 10 tiles away. Cosmonaut never even went for the pre-walls against the knights from ACCM. The castle will go up. They'll still be in a good position, but finding ways to try and throw the game is not what you want when you're leading here in late Castle Age, early Imp. Hope will be going up soon as well. It'll be a full focus attack on ACCM over on this side. He's thinking about going up too. He's got a really solid eco, 95 villagers, good eco upgrades, like I said. Eco upgrades are looking great for Black Sails as well. And the handcart coming in right now from Cosmonaut. His gameplay is goated. Yeah, these are two really good teams. ACCM is definitely the best player here. Then probably Dragonstar, then Hope, then Cosmonaut, but all really solid in team games. Really fun. Interesting from Hope. That's a sneaky, sneaky group of villagers over here. They could cause some problems for Dragonstar as he's also on the way to the Imperial Age. So the only player not going up right now is ACCM. He has the resources. He's going to click. And another castle from Cosmonaut up on the hill. Dragonstar is actually nearby this time. ACCM and Hope can't do anything about it. The Trebs are going to start to work away on the base from ACCM. Very smart from him to go up from this TC. If he went up here, I don't think he's completing it. There's still a way back here for Vietnam. I think they have the better civs in the late game. And ACCM finds a really good engagement against these crossbows. Oh my goodness, right before they turn into Arbalest. It's not so good now that he's under the castle. But good job clearing some of the numbers. Meanwhile, over here, still a struggle for Hope. 73 villagers only. Dragonstar's killed a lot of villagers with raids. He's going to start to treb down the base from Hope as well. And the GG is called. Well done from Black Sails. The underdogs coming in. Cosmonaut had a terrible start. He had a horrible start, but an excellent recovery from Cosmonaut. And a couple great fights from Dragonstar early to just change the game around. Hope, way too committed onto this gold, right? Way, way too committed. I don't think he ever went for a tower. I think he might have sold his stone. And it was just like raid after raid after raid onto the gold. Obviously, he got his boar lamed early, which slowed him down a little bit. But Hope was struggling. I like that recovery from Cosmonaut. That's a good sign. That was a really rough start for him. He lost 5 villagers, and I think he killed 1 scout. They're not underdogs. Actually, they have the highest team game elo and always practicing together. No, I know who they are, dude. They're still the underdogs. All right.
Prontus.
You should check out this guy, Dragonstar. I know, man. How much res did he send me in that game the other day? I think he sent me I got like 30k res from him just to make skirms. That was a ridiculous game. Oh my god. I joined up for like 1 team game and we ended up playing like a 2-hour slog fest. Arenas banned. Yep. Okay, so once again, for anyone who hasn't been checking out this tournament, your opponents draft your civilizations, which is why a lot of the bad civs are at the top here. So if you see skulls at the top, that's not the worst. If you see crowns at the bottom, or skulls at the bottom, that's pretty bad. And we got a skull up the top there, skull over here. And we have a W for the Malay and a W for the Romans.
Are you still thinking about Roman Empire?
Are there bans? I don't see Gajars. Gajars are down here. There are admin bans, so random bans. We're going on to Coastal Forest. Guys, you will need to keep track of the King's Gauntlet for me because I'm scheduled to cast Grubby and Pig later. I think there's 2 more best of 5s. Aatrox and Knopf and Lance and Thermal. So we should be good. The timing should line up. I'm always thinking about the Roman Empire, Jan. Always. So these are all bad civs then? No. I mean, there's only 53 civ, 52, whatever civs in the game. So, I mean, each team having, what, 16 on either side, that's 32. Then we have 10 admin bans. That's 42. There's only 10 civilizations remaining. So eventually you're going to get to some good ones. But you'll never see on these drafts, you'll never see like Mongols, for example. You'll never see them. Because people know that they're just super powerful. And since Arabia is game 1, you're usually never seeing Britons either. Right? Civs like Mayans a bit more of a question mark, but probably not really going to see them either, just because they're so strong on Arabia. Okay. Game 2 coming up. Coastal Forest. Hey, our base. Guess what Civ Hope is playing? Let's go, baby. Easy win. He's playing the Celts, baby. Dragonstar's going to play Incas on the flank. Hope's going to play Celts on the flank. And then the water/pocket civilization is going to be Malians for ACCM and Lithuanians for Cosmonaut. Hopefully Cosmonaut has a better Lithuanian build than Bad Koala did yesterday. He did not take advantage of the Civ. Poor Zwan LV yesterday. That guy was an animal in those games. And Bad Koala he was struggling. He spent a lot of the time dead. Some hard throws there. Yeah. Yeah, there was some like missed walling opportunities for sure from him. All right, let's get into it. 1 second left. Let's go. Boom bop. Bing. Takes a while for these guys to load in. Oh, no. I got an error message. Diego, are you Chat GPT? Are you Chat GPT, bro? All right, Dragonstar versus Hope. We got Dragonstar with the Incas, and he's already coming forward with his champion. Guess what? He's going to lame the bush pig immediately. He is laming the bush pig, but at the same time, we have Hope coming forward, and he's going to lame a couple goats from Dragonstar. Now, the champion is only slightly faster than the bush pig, so you don't really have to pay attention to this that much. You can just run away. He's not really gaining any ground, is he? Similar to the eagle, it's much easier to lame with it. Oh, sorry, scene. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Sorry, guys. My bad. I got you. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry, everyone. As I was saying, though, Dragonstar was laming the bush pig. Welcome to Coastal Forest. We have the inside players who will try to grief and try to lame their counterpart. And then we have the outside players who have the water as well that they can use to boom. So Cosmonaut should be going out for a dock shortly. I'm surprised he hasn't yet. There we go. There's the villager. He'll be a little bit faster to that than ACCM. He's playing as the Malians. Malians are a great hybrid civilization because they save wood on their buildings, which means you can add the fishing ships a little bit sooner. Lithuanians are great because they start with the extra food, which means you can go to the wood sooner. Don't Celts just style on Incas here? Well, I mean, he's already gotten lamed, right? He already lost the bush pig. He did take quite a few goats, though. So he's got way more goats under the town center. Way more food available. And he should still be fine. I think Incas aren't terrible. Oh. ACCM trying to lame a little bit. Dragon Star and Cosmonaut with some good teamwork to push that scout away. And ACCM scout is very weak now. The bush pig still under Dragon Star's control. We're going to call him Pig. Pig is now dead. Sinister, thank you for the 25 months. I appreciate you.
Meowdy.
I think Lithuanians are a bit better than Celts early. Settlements are very nice, right? Extra population space means that your eco is very well set up to go for like fast archers. And with the extra bush pig, they should get the hotter start than Celts. Also, this is nice. The fact he can put the settlement on the gold and this tiny little wood line and still get value from it after the wood is gone is fantastic. Gladianus, thank you for the 30 months, bro. Welcome back. What's a bush pig? It's a pig that lives in the bush. I'd love to see Dragonstar get like an outpost set up back here. Just get some vision. He can build it with the Champy. Let's take a look at the fish boom. 3 fish over here for yellow. Only 1 fish for ACCM so far. So there's the Lithuanian advantage. Walls are being set up here from Hope. He's actually quite close to the wood line, all things considered. If you had to perform at a kid's birthday party, would you be a clown, a magician, or a singer? I'd probably be a singer, and I'd perform wildly inappropriate songs. It'd be like the wedding singer. You know? Jackhammer, thank you for the 59 months.
Less than 3.
Dave now performing. I would not perform Kanye songs. No. No. It wouldn't be wildly inappropriate as in like, you know, super weird songs. Or super like sus songs. It would just be more like death metal. You know? Death metal at a kid's party, exactly. Okay, so we have Champies here from Dragonstar. He's getting to the Feudal Age. It'll be Men-at-Arms from Hope. Usually players will just go straight into archers on the flanks, but 2 very strong infantry civilizations are going to match up against each other here. And Dragonstar can't get away with the tower that he was looking for with those forward villagers. Archer range is going up. He's running out of wood to take around this settlement. Good quick walls there from Dragonstar as he waits for his Champion Runner upgrade to come in. I think these things do lose pretty badly to Men-at-Arms, right? How does the Champion Runner perform against Men-at-Arms? I don't even know. Feels like they lose bad. They're cheaper, but they lose. Yeah. It's the impression I got. Good job from Dragonstar to wall this off. It's not super efficient, but at least it keeps the villagers alive. Scouts coming out from our Lithuanians player here, Cosmonaut. He's housed, unfortunately. But he goes for another dock. ACCM. Let's see what he's doing. He's got a couple scouts, but he's got a long way to go to get to this side of the map. Very, very long way to go. You can see his scouts just kind of chilling under there. He should focus a little bit more on expanding his eco, I think. All of the pressure is forward on Black Sails right now. They don't have any army coming back his way. So just get your eco upgrades, expand a little bit, and then come back with a bigger army later. He actually is double stable already, and he's getting bloodlines that early. Wow. So ACCM will have impressive upgrades and numbers of scouts really, really early. Champions taking fights against men-at-arms. They actually do decent damage. Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad trade-off considering they're cheaper. Should be fine. And the men-at-arms are gone. Great clear up there from Dragonstar. I'm just concerned for Black Sails because of the upgrades, the Bloodlines tech already from ACCM and his eco, which is looking quite good. Double stable too. However, the economy from Cosmonaut also looking nice. 10 fishing chips for him. Remember that there is a neutral dock here if they want to start trading. They could trade on water with the cogs. And it actually wouldn't be the worst trade line in the world as the archers show up on Dragonstar's base. He can't get a villager. Again, nice saves from Dragonstar. This isn't exactly an ideal setup for him, for sure. As he has like one tree here. But he's kept his villagers safe. Hasn't lost them early. Still has some army alive as well. 5 archers for him. 9 archers for the Celts. And he's going to need his ally to come back over. Good snipes from Dragonstar. Immediately, 3 archers dead. He'll probably lose his archer army. The scouts are coming in from Cosmonaut. And once again, Dragonstar does not lose a single villager. Cosmonaut is taking this fight before his upgrade's complete, though. He's 10 seconds away from Bloodlines. He's 10 seconds away from that armor. Forging just came in for ACCM. Hulk's now being produced from ACCM, so he's going to stretch forward and try and take out the fish from Cosmonaut. But Black Sails have stayed alive. Why do we only see docks from the pockets? Because it takes so long to get a villager over there. And if you invest any resources into water, you're going to die because you don't have any army. Oh, Dragonstar. He could only keep the villagers alive for so long. I think he's lost 3 here now. They do manage to take out some of the archer numbers. The tower is up now, providing some safety, but Dragonstar loses another villager over on this side. ACCM's going to kill another one from him. -5 for Dragonstar. And a minute and a half of idle TC time. Cosmonaut does have 16 fishing ships, but ACCM has 15. And ACCM has the Hulks forward. So Cosmonaut's going to have to spend some resources making some navy. It's not all into the scout production anymore. It's 3 stable scout production here for ACCM as the wood upgrade finally comes in from Hope. Missing double bid axe with the Celts is pretty brutal. Okay, let's look at the resources. Is anyone going up soon? I don't think so. No. If they stall out scout production, they can, but it's a big risk. Nice walls, by the way, by Hope. Great job getting a house wall set up over here. There's really no way that Dragonstar can break in with Cosmonaut. And ACCM might look at this and think, okay, I can cut scout production. I can maybe try and make my way up to the Castle Age. He's going for a market. He might just buy his way up. He has 500 gold in the bank. Market as well for Hope. He's got some resources to spend. It's a good setup for the fight from ACCM and Hope. More scouts arrive from Cosmonaut. We got Dragonstar sitting up on this hill as ACCM tries to take a really good position here. I think ACCM got a little bit too far ahead of himself. Maybe. Hope's trying to push up that hill, and it's actually turning out to be a bit of a reset for both teams. Scout numbers are gone. Archer numbers are similar. Hope uses that market, heavily uses the market, as he tries to go up to the next stage. And ACCM is here with more scouts. Still 10 scouts on the field for him. It's only 3 scouts on the field for Cosmonaut. Dragonstar needs to leave. He's trying to take advantage of this hill. But the upgrades are all in for ACCM. The Archers are trailing behind. The Castle Age timing looking good for Hope. And ACCM and Hope should be very comfortable here with better Castle Age timings. And more army on the field. Significantly more army on the field right now. Yeah, reset is totally fine for Team Vietnam. $47 villagers for Cosmonaut, 46 for ACCM, 21 fishing ships against 14. And Dragonstar, he ran out of wood near his TC, is extremely exposed over here. Brutal situation for him on the wood line, losing more villagers. Cosmonaut's coming over to try and help, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 villagers down. Black Sails calls the GG. Vietnam evens it out. Excellent play from ACCM, to be honest. And a great job from Hope after getting lamed. He lamed the pig. ACCM tried to lame Dragonstar back. It didn't work. Hope still got a really good timing into Men-at-Arms. Pulled all of the armies from Black Sails back here with the Men-at-Arms. And that gave ACCM tons of time to build up his techs, his stables, his fishing economy. Our base was right. Celts are good. Yeah, that's just a really solid eco from ACCM. Also from Hope. Great job. Good teamwork. They even have the same EAPM. That's how you, dude, they're on the same page. Maybe ACCM has 2 keyboards he's playing on. They are so perfectly, look at this. Eco EAPM 18, military EAPM 59, total 77. What on earth, bro? I don't think I've ever seen that. These guys are locked in. They've got like some sort of Vulcan mind meld or something. Nope, it's not 2, it's 1. There it is. Okay, so Black Sails uses theoretically their worst civilization here in Incas. At least that's what their opponents thought, drafting it so early. But they also use Lithuanians, which are really, really solid civ for a lot of these maps. Celts have been used from Team Vietnam and Malians as well. So good job getting value out of those 2 civs on the top row. African Clearing will be the next map. Is Doomster playing? Nope. He is not. I wish he was. Dragonstar said that Doomster doesn't really play that much anymore. I want to see that team, though. He also said for the league, he's probably teaming with Cosmonaut. And not Doomster, which sucks. I wanted to see that Indian team again. Dragonstar, Doomster, Hellraiser. Who was the other guy? Ass Kicker Wah? I think was his name. I know he still plays. Avestan as well, yeah. That's still one of my favorite moments when they were playing that arena game. And I was like, I think Doomster's gone AFK. And then I went to the EAPM chart and he's just got 4 villagers in a tower behind enemy lines. His EAPM is 0. Exactly 0. Not doing anything for like the last 5 minutes of the game. Aatrox is out by admin loss? Oh no. Really? Oh, our timeline's might not be good here now. If that's true. We'll see where we are after this game. Think he thought he was playing tomorrow? So Knopf would go through to the quarterfinals of the losers bracket? Damn. Maybe Harris should hire Nilly to dispense the admin losses. Okay, African clearing coming up. Hera needs a fall guy, yep. Wei and Georgians versus Huns and Mapuche. I mean, Mapuche is a really good civ against Georgians and Wei. A very good civ. If you get into the bolus riders or whatever, can be extremely dangerous. I mean, we could see Jean Bay, bolus, Cav Archer. All 3 varieties of CA in the same game. They suck till they get passed through, though. They're still okay. If you're going bolus, you're also kind of pushing your opponents away from going into Manaspa or Tiger Cav, right? Pantless, thank you for the bits, by the way. Thank you, brother. Someone tell Hera to let Yamato Cannon swap in for Aatrox. Wouldn't it be day 9? Day 9 would be the better one, but he's probably not here. Okay. Black Sails versus Vietnam. Game number 3, we have African Clearing, Mapuche, and Huns for Black Sails. Wei and Georgians for Vietnam. I'd say Wei and Georgians are way more meta than Mapuche would be. Huns are pretty good on this map, though, especially in team games, because you get the house or the horse early. You can find a lot of sheep. You can find where your opponents are, which is fantastic. And then once you get to Castle Age, Cav Archer spam is fantastic. Do not die of cringe from that terrible way joke. I don't like the way you guys die of cringe every time I make a pun involving way. It's way too cringe for me. Okay. Here comes the horse. This thing will just plop out a horse like it's nobody's business. Bop. There he is. The majestic Hunnic horse. Roaming around the cracked terrain of the African clearing. His white patches signify that he has been in many battles with other Hunnic horses. I have nothing else to talk about, sorry. Okay, Lars, a little too comfortable, brother. Development Attenborough. Yep, that's it. That's me. It's even gotten kills before? Oh, yeah. Was that the Hunnic horse or the scouting horse, though? It might have been the horse they started with. I still remember that, dude. Was that Hera who lost a village? No, it was Hera who killed a villager from Tato, I think. Like behind a wall with the horse. Okay, so the scouting will come out here from Dragonstar. 90% of the time, you lose this house to a TC. He's going to come up this way. He won't be able to find his opponents, but he might be able to find a bunch of goats. And he also will be able to find where they aren't. So if you scout this whole area, you don't even need 100% scouting. You just scout most of it, and you see that there's still elephants, like plenty of elephants up here that haven't been lured, or plenty of zebras that haven't died. You know they're not up there. Sending a goat this way, too. Should be able to find the lumber camp from blue. Or maybe the TC from Hope. Let's take a look at the other team. How is their scouting looking? It's actually looking pretty good. When you're up against Huns, the tendency is to pull the goats back because you don't want to give your opponent a bunch of free food when they've got the horse around. But the scouting so far, actually decent. And if they keep an eye on some elephants, they actually might be able to see them coming back to the town centers, like this one, for example. They might be able to know that somebody's here if they catch a glimpse of this moving. Who is the rank 1 Vietnamese player before ACCM? Backed. It was backed for a very, very, very long time. And then ACCM came along. I think it was backed, and then Say My Name was number 2. His name was Yellow before. And then ACCM was number 3 for a while. There was also a few more, though. Vietnam's always consistently produced good players. From what I understand with ACCM, it's a very regional thing in Vietnam. Whether you play Age of Empires 1 or Age of Empires 2. And it has to do with which game came free on your computer. Which is kind of why AoE Definitive Edition, the Age of Empires 1 version, flopped a little bit for Microsoft. Their whole idea was to capitalize off of the Vietnamese community, and they thought if they made that, you know, since so many people play in Vietnam, If they made that, then they could make a buttload of money, but they forgot that people in Vietnam are only playing and watching Age of Empires because it's free. So they didn't count on that. All right, Feudal Age on the way for Hope. He's going to play wide open here with the Georgians. You see, he's already got the barracks, so he's probably going to go for a stable. And I think the stable is just for a little bit of map control, just to see where the opponents are. I don't really think you can get any damage with the scouts, and I don't think he's expecting to get damage either. I mean, definitely not against the Mapuche, because they can make spearmen from their settlements once Cosmonaut is in Feudal Age. To be fair, it will take him 2 minutes to get there, but it's going to take time for the scouts to come out from Hope, too. And ACCM and Hope are already walling up. ACCM could have walled Hope, too. Nope. This is a big wall, but imagine how big it would have needed to be for Hope. ACCM could have walled Hope. Dude, look at this. He's already walled the corner of the map. He's walled this. Now you want him to go and do that as well? No. No. Game is now paused. Dave, are you on Team Black Sails as backup? No. Say my name is on Team Black Sails as backup. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this set, guys. Lance and U-Thermal have already started. Unless they have like a 5-game, all extremely long game set. All right. Just a brief pause. There we go. And now Hope is going to begin to wall himself. But fully walled for Cosmonaut and for Dragonstar. I would expect Cav Archers over here. I would expect Bolus Riders over here. What a great settlement, by the way, for Cosmonaut. You get the fish from both pawns, and you get the stone. It's a crazy valuable settlement. This is also really interesting. This is a bonus that I think everyone forgets about, and in 1v1s, it's maybe not as useful. But in team games, like in a team game African clearing, if you have no scouting on what your opponent is doing, and suddenly in the darkness you see a little dot appear and there's a castle, it reveals their entire strategy. I think they're revealed on their completion, Tehen. We'll see. We'll have to test that out. This will be a good match for that. Hunter Course getting some big value here for Dragonstar. Lots of food available for him. Castle Age is on the way. Castle Age is on the way for ACCM and Dragonstar. As ACCM will likely play into Xianbei. Xianbei Raiders, potentially. Those feel a lot more underwhelming than the Bolus or the Cav Archers. Cosmonaut clicking up now too. Did Cosmonaut mess up his FC? Yeah, he's about a village or two late. Or 2 vills, maybe. I mean, he did have to go for some pretty big walls, right? I think maybe he also didn't have as many hurtables as Dragonstar. Couldn't find as many elephants as Dragonstar because the horse prioed scouting over here first rather than over near him. I don't think it's Cav Archers for Dragonstar. I think it just might be Boom. Like, he has no military production whatsoever. They're going to expect Cav Archers, but there's nothing. It's just a 3 TC Boom. So maybe 3 TC Boom into Knights, potentially? CA plus Bolus seems like 2 units that are doing the same job. We'll see. This boom should be pretty good for Dragonstar. Still plenty of goats remaining. Their TC is going to be up much faster for him than for anybody else. And I think ACCM and Hope will both have to worry about the bolus. CA should die to bolus? No? They should with the pass-through damage and ballistics and stuff. I don't know if they die early, though. Castle Age now on the way for Hope. So the scouts delayed his Castle Age timing significantly, but they've also given some decent information on what ACCM's going for. Like, they can't see any ranges. They haven't seen any Cav Archers at all. They must be wondering what ACCM, or sorry, what Dragonstar is doing. I don't think the Civ bonus reveals castle foundations. That's something we're going to have to figure out. As soon as we see a castle go down from Team Vietnam, we'll check Cosmonaut's POV. This will be annoying for Dragonstar, although it's not going to be too dangerous. There's 3 TCs to protect on this side. As we see the bolus now coming over. Trying to cut off the reinforcements potentially. He's a long way away, Cosmonaut. He's already got the second town center. It's so weird with Vietnam being on the left side of the scoreboard and we're looking over here at Dragonstar on the left, but like, it's just such a strange position. Both of the Vietnamese players down here and then Black Sails in either corner of the map. Trying to meet up is going to be extremely difficult for them. Did Netherlands score? Damn. Okay, forward castle. Forward castle here. Some knights are coming out. The bolus are still here as well. There are going to be knights here. There's more bolus coming forward. If they see this castle, they could potentially stop it. Castle Foundation is here. That'll open up Dragonstar's base. It's going to have to send the knights. There's nothing here to protect the Vils. No quick walls coming in early either. And villagers are going down. Uh-oh. Potential doubt castle here for Hope. Very ambitious castle. And that is at 4,008. Or sorry, no. It's at 42% completed. Has 4,800 HP. I don't know why. I wanted to say it's at 4,800. It's definitely not. 42% complete. 4,000% exactly. And since this is already in the line of sight, it doesn't really answer our question of whether the foundations are visible with the Mapuche bonus. Doesn't answer our question at all. How do Bolus do versus Jean Bay? It looks pretty good so far. Ballistics is on the way too. Armor upgrade is in for the Knights. Ballistics is coming in now for ACCM. He's got 3 TCs. 49 villagers. Dragonstar's at 57 vills. Cosmonaut is at 45. And Hope is only at 33. That castle denial really, really hurt him. Hurt him bad. Ballistics is in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Cosmonaut needs to go to stone as well. If he gets the pass-through tech with these bolus riders, they become extremely dangerous. Oh, excuse me. If you have extra line of sight and you stand close enough to the base, you can see it before it's finished. Thanks, Lars. Very helpful. Bolus do benefit from ballistics, yep. And from fletching and bodkin arrow for some weird reason. Even though they're not firing arrows. Oh, this is pure panic for Hope. This is absolutely pure panic from Hope. He does get a couple quick conversions, which is really nice for him. But the Knights from Dragonstar combined with the Bolus here from Cosmonaut going to be able to push away the army from ACCM and then maybe snipe all these villagers here from Hope. They're ignoring the villagers building the TC. They're just going after the army. I guess they are idling the eco from Hope. And ACCM has to stress out about this as Dragonstar adds a 4th TC. Feels like they could have gotten way more damage over here. The army will just leave. +2 armor coming in for Dragonstar. It's got a fantastic eco. Love to see Wheelbarrow come in for him. Want to see that food start to go up. So he can make more knights. Dude, I thought that group of Bolus would have one-shot that Sean Bay. That's actually surprising to me. They couldn't even kill that. They only get +2 against cavalry, I guess. Won't Tarkins be good against cavalry units? They can be good, yeah. We'll need a castle for that, though. Bolus are pretty cool. If your units are in a group, and you get that first attack, they slow you down, right? So if you have all of the units selected in a group, they move at the rate of the slowest unit in there. So it should slow down an entire group of Jean Bay, which is pretty neat. What on earth? Villagers stretching forward here for Hope. He goes for a fortified church push. This thing won't be around for very much longer, though. One conversion comes in. Dragonstar is going to start working away on that. ACCM still trying to deal with these Bolus. Cosmonaut with 330 stone. So he's not having enough stone yet for a castle for the pass-through tech. But he's still doing a fantastic job controlling the map. And Hope and ACCM still just kind of stuck in their corner. They are only behind by 20 villagers, though. Which at this stage of the game isn't too bad. What's the percent? Does anyone know the percentage on the Bolus slow ability? Oh, wow. Nice damage here from Dragonstar. Oh, my God. Hope can't get through the Knights to get into the church. He's losing more villagers, down to 48 now. And now they're 50 villagers behind. Black Sails are scaling very nicely here. It was such an ambitious castle there from Hope onto Dragonstar. I think they needed to try and do that, but he needed the walls up. He needed the walls up earlier around those villagers on that forward castle. All right, so what's theoretically, what is the slowest unit that you could see after being hit by a bolus? Is it a monk? Is it a ram? I don't know if that affects siege. Wow, wow, wow. 46 villagers for hope. ACCM will have to try and carry. Oh, we can test it now. He can't see the foundation. No, no, no. We need to test this. Don't go in and... Oh, you... Oh, my God, bro. We're never going to be able to test this and see what it looks like. The castle is seen now, Dave. He gets vision on it. I know. That's what we were just looking at. That's what we were just looking at. I'm frustrated. We need to wait for Hope to build his castle. And hope that the units don't come in here on time. And that's just revealed to them. Okay, let's see. Ah. So they get like... It's not... Okay, so they get like a 10-second window where they actually have proper vision on it. And then it appears in the fog of war after that. Interesting. So they know there's a castle up there now. ACCM stretching forward for another castle over here. The castle is going up now for Cosmonaut. Speaking of going up, Dragonstar on the way to Imperial Age. ACCM on the way to Imperial Age. Hope is at 69 villagers right now. Black Sails is like 90 vills ahead. And now it's Dragonstar's turn for a castle. The good thing about ACCM and Hope is that they're both in the same area. They can help protect each other. It'll mostly be ACCM protecting Hope at this point. Trying to get him boom back in. But Cosmonaut and Dragonstar are finally like connecting at the top. And they have all this map area to take advantage of. There it is. Malon. The unique tech, the pass-through damage for the Bolus Riders. These Shanbei will not want to engage against that, that's for sure. It's in now. It's in now. See what this engagement looks like. ACCM with some good micros staying out of range of the pass-through. You can see a little bit of chip damage happening here. ACCM still running away. He doesn't want to take this engagement. Dragonstar's just pushing forward. And they're depleting the Shanbei numbers before Imperial Age comes in, before those upgrades slide in. Castle is now up, and Hope needs to retreat from over here. Hope is making some Manaspa. He's got 83 villagers. So he's trying to boom back in, but it's 148 for Cosmonaut and 142 for Dragonstar. Now Dragonstar is adding in Tarkans. Couple good villager kills here for Hope. Don't think Dragonstar's really going to mind that much. He's at 139 villagers, right? Hope killed like 5. He'll need Elite Tarkin as well. Regular Tarkans won't be enough to match up against Manaspa. Elite Bolus Rider on the way. Butal Mapu coming in for the Mapuche too. Team Castle unique units and Bolus Riders cost minus 15%. That applies to the... Oh! Oh! I didn't even think about that. That's some excellent synergy there for the Tarkans. So how much would the Tarkans be? I wonder if it counts on the stables, though. It should. Theoretically, if it counted for stable units, the Tarkans, how much would they cost? Minus 15%. $51 food, 51 gold. That's a great price for a 170 HP, 11 attack unit. That's a really good price for Tarkans. Oh man, Hope loses more villagers. How many villas has he lost this game? 59. GG called from ACCM. I just don't know, like if the Georgians, if ACCM was Georgians, maybe he could push it back, but Wei are not the civilization here to carry this, and they're so far behind. Black Sails takes another game, 2-1. Games are gonna have to be quicker though if I want to cast this whole set. Look at this eco disparity between Hope and everybody else. Great strategic choices there from Black Sails too. They found out where Vietnam was. They knew they were pretty far away, and they didn't want to play into Bolus and CA. So Dragons start playing into the Boom with full walls, and then into Knights was really, really solid. Maybe with full Tiger Cav it's possible to carry. No, Tiger Cav died at both civs, dude. Tiger Cav are not super great in the late game. Better Castle Age unit for sure. They die to these, the Bolus, and I think they also lose to the Tarkin. Might be, it'll be, actually it's close to the Tarkin. They do lose against Paladin though. Yeah, okay, especially with upgrades, they should win versus the Tarkin. Ooh, Lance won game 1. Let's go, baby. Is he laming? He tried to lame Lance? That's my dog. I remember when Mapuche first came out, I saw a 4v4 team game, and they had 3 players playing Mapuche and 1 player playing Persians. And the player doing Persians, the 3 of them went fast imp unique tech, and then the Persian player boomed and just went full elephants. Trying to go like 200 elephants. It does stack, yeah. So the elephants were super cheap. Unfortunately, his entire team died and he couldn't get the elephant mass he needed, but it was an interesting idea for sure. Atacama. Dun 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 dun. Lance is going for his Krepos build again with Bulgarians. All right, Atacama coming in. We have 2 minutes. Spec delay. ACCM playing as Slavs. Hope playing as Byzantines. And then we have JJ, the Jurchens, and the Japanese from Black Sails. Jorikin, yep. Bump, 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 bump. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Who has Fire Lancers? Jurchens have Fire Lancers. And that's it. Imagine if Japanese had Fire Lancers. That'd be nice. Faster attack Fire Lancers. Not broken at all. Celts having Fire Lancers would be interesting too. Okay. Perfusion. Oh my god, Goss with Fire Lancers. That'd be a problem. Game over again. Woo! Love this, dude. Hell yeah, love this bug. It's so fun. It's been happening a lot recently. I don't know why. All right. Japanese and Jurchens for Dragon Star and Cosmonaut. On the other side, we're going to have Slavs and Byzantines for Hope and ACCM. Atacama team game is very interesting, right? You got to get the lumber camp down somewhere, and you got to protect it. Because it's a long way away from your town center. And if you go for a tower over here to protect your villagers on the lumber camp, that means you won't have a tower immediately for your villas on the gold, so you could get hit there. We'll see what the strategy is going to be. I think Black Sails will dictate the pace of the game. Dragon Star went Sicilians yesterday and had an excellent push with the donjons, especially late feudal, early castle age. So he knows how to lock down the wood lines. Slavs and Byzantines, though, they might just play standard. Like, Byzantines will just play into archers. Slavs will just play into scouts. Could see the same thing from Japanese and Jurchens. You could also see Dragon Star taking advantage of the Japanese by not going for the lumber camp here. As I say that, he goes for the lumber camp here, but you could see him theoretically making just 50 wood lumber camps back here and taking these little nugs of wood that might be a little bit more safe than the stuff that is forward here. Again! This is like the third game that Dragon Star has lamed. And every single time it's Hope. He lamed him on the Arabia game. He lamed him on the Coastal Forest game. And now he's laming him here. The Bush Pig is coming home. It's a long journey, though. It is an incredibly long journey. And Hope knows that his Bush Pig is gone. And he's going to catch Dragon Star here. He runs right past him. He's got to catch up. Should be able to. Dragon Star will try to bring this back. Takes a couple hits. Bush Pig's still running after. He's luring this in at the same time, too. So a lot going on for Dragon Star. One thing about this is even if he doesn't get this thing under his TC, he's stalled out the food eco from Hope again. And he also stole 2 goats from him as well. So it's not a great start for Hope at all. Great job from Dragon Star. Wow, this Bush Pig just is locked in. This bush pig does not want to leave. Excellent lame from Dragonstar. Wow. What a god. What an absolute god this man is. He brings that thing all the way back. This villager has loom, so it won't die to the pig. And now he gets the pig under his TC. How much idle TC did he have? He had 18 seconds. 18 seconds of idle TC time. So that's what he paid for that. Hope's food eco, disastrous. He already has to go out for the mill. And if you're playing into archers, a lot of times you don't want the mill. He has to make farms. He has to make farms as the archer player. Yikes, dude. No food under the TC. It's a disaster situation for Hope. Fantastic play from Dragonstar. Dragonstar made a great chirp the other day, and I can't remember. Oh, what was it? He was talking about Adam. We were talking about how Adam sends like Facebook video links or something, and he said that it was like being in a WhatsApp group with his grandmother. Said talking to Adam is like being in a WhatsApp group with his grandma. Guy's so funny, dude. All right. Feudal Age very late for Hope. Very, very late. It's getting the deer pushed in. I think he would have been better off just letting that pig go and pushing these deer in, right? His Feudal Age timing would have been much better. Zico in general would have been much better. Dragonstar now going for men-at-arms, so he's following up the lane with an infantry tower push, most likely, instead of just playing into archers. He's really going to punish Hope here. Or does he go? No! Does he go after ACCM? Oh, wow. He knows he's already punished Hope. He knows he's done tons of damage to Hope. He's going to go after ACCM. Absolutely ruthless, Dragonstar. And Cosmonaut, in the meantime, he'll just be he'll just be so comfortable at home, right? Laughing. No disruptions to his eco whatsoever. The militia have been found. They've been seen by ACCM. Can he do anything to stop this? Does he notice this yet? They're coming across. He's going to try and manually tap the walls. Men-at-Arms upgrade is just now coming in. Remember this tower behind. There's a lot to do here for ACCM. Archer range is now going up for Hope. Their scouts are at the back of Dragonstar's base. Dragonstar does not really have any gold coming in right now, as the tower does go up. And that's some good pressure from ACCM forward on Dragonstar's base. Although he is sneaking out to these deer and taking those with the cheap mill. Damn, difficult situation for ACCM. Honestly, good damage control from him, though. Really good damage control from ACCM this game. He got the walls up on time. He pushed away the men-at-arms. He got a defensive tower up. He should be able to push this back, but his wood line is being stalled out. Now we shift over to Hope and see if there's anything he can do to provide a little bit of damage against Dragonstar, or maybe even just disrupt Cosmonaut. I mean, Cosmonaut has a free eco back here. No distractions whatsoever for him. Villager dead from Dragonstar. Need another wall, brother. He'll just decide to run away. Yeah, so Dragonstar's having some problems now. 25 villagers for him, 27 for Hope. 45 seconds of idle TC time for Dragonstar this game. Plus a villager lost. And it might be more, too. ACCM waiting around with the scouts, waiting for these villagers to eject. Fletching is not yet in for Dragonstar for this tower. It's not in for ACCM either. Dragonstar needs to try and repair that if he can. He's got 46 stone. He can repair that, but he's busy. Potentially busy over here. He finally notices. Can invest the stone into repairing. More scouts coming back over here from ACCM. One spearman coming forward could be huge for Dragonstar. To just keep these villagers alive. Or maybe Cosmonaut can help him out too. You can see Cosmonaut over here sniping a villager from Hope. So Hope has lost 4 vills. Cosmonaut killed 4 villagers. Oh no. I only saw the one body. I guess he killed more on the berries. That's a disaster for Hope. Again. After such a rough start too. Dragonstar still has the men-at-arms alive. Like I said, most of the initiative this game is going to come from Black Sails early with these civilizations. They've got the momentum now. Can they carry it forward? Can ACCM keep repairing this tower? He's got 40 stone. Dragonstar's on stone again as well. As ACCM tries to get more villagers over in this side. Cosmonaut just now getting the wood upgrade. Ugh. A little bit late. A little bit late. I'm going to see Buried Alive today. Is it Buried Alive or Buried Alive? Because Buried Alive, the way you spelled that, sounded like, I don't know, Tristan's funeral. Buried Alive, a in memoriam to Tristan Berry. Nice defensive tower for Cosmonaut. This is the first time he's had to worry about any pressure whatsoever. Yeah, Dragonstar's still not having double bid axe. Dude, yesterday, there was a couple of games yesterday where he got double bid axe in Castle Age. There was one where he clicked up to Imp before he got it. My man just goes for such aggressive early pushes. He can't justify investing into it. And then he forgets that he doesn't have it. All the time. He needs to have an alarm set up for like every 2 minutes in game. An alarm rings that says check your eco upgrades. Every time a bell rings, Dragonstar gets double bin X. Uh-oh, Lancey Poo might be in trouble here, guys. It's a good Arabia game. It buys us more time if the series is even between Thermal and Lance. I gotta cast the next series. Hopefully we can get through this whole semifinal before that one's up. Another tower here for Dragonstar. What is Hope up to? Hope's been over near Cosmonaut. Now he's coming over to Dragonstar's side. There's some scouts joining up with him, but there is a tower here in defense from Dragonstar. No fletching yet, though. As he goes into more ranges. Won't be able to get this one up. Fletching? Dragonstar? Maybe? Blacksmith at all? Maybe? Potentially? ACCM just runs straight through? Disaster for Dragonstar. Disaster for Dragonstar. He's trying to fight off the scouts with the villagers, but the archers are right here. That's 3 villagers dead. Make it 4. Great decision from ACCM to just run right through here. Dragonstar had way too much confidence in his town center in that scenario. He did get another tower set up on this side, though, and ACCM is kind of stuck. He's a little stuck with his wood villagers. He has to go for another defensive tower inside this little enclosure. Castle Age actually on the way for Hope first. Took some damage early from the lames. Also took some damage on the berries from the scouts of Cosmonaut. But he's managed to recover. He's got himself a good Castle Age time. Unfortunately, he is losing the archers over here. Good engagement there from Cosmonaut as Wheelbarrow comes in for him. I just wonder if that fast Castle Age is going to make a difference for ACCM and Hope. The villager count is so even. The army count is even too. It's just this wood situation for ACCM has been so freaking bad this game. The damage control has been excellent. I'll give him that. But the wood has been brutal. He goes for another tower. His 4th tower of the game to try and defend this area. Sends in more scouts. Dragonstar does have some spearmen around to fight this off. Push it away. One villager already dead over here from ACCM. He might lose another one. He's going to lose another one. Oh, he saves it. Never mind. Dragonstar discovered the power of fletching, and he kills that. Damn, dude. What an annoying tower for Dragonstar. It's taken 4,000 damage, that tower. This is an excellent push from Hope. Cosmonaut needs to get something up here right now. Like a market wall or something. I know he's got a market back here, but something to stop these from coming in. His gold is completely exposed at the back. He's waiting to click up to Castle Age. And he'll notice the crossbows coming in. That tower is just way too late. He has to abandon that. I think he might be able to kill this crossbow army with the scouts. I think he should be able to as he clicks up to Castle Age now. But this was an excellent attack from Hope. Great positioning with him. Having the crossbows there early. Oh, there's a spearman in there! Will that be enough? No. Church and scouts are good. Castle from Hope. What a recovery from him after such a shaky start. Dragonstar will have his woodline cut off. Castle Age is on the way for Dragonstar. This castle is a disaster for him. And ACCM still alive over on this side. He finally does take out that tower. He's got a woodline to actually chop. Guys, Hera and I may have a surprise guest. One of the homies, dude. One of the all-time homies. May jump in for a little triple cast. Is it Jassar? No. What a great... Dude, what a great recovery from Hope. Fantastic. An excellent job from ACCM. Dragonstar has been all over his woodline forward. And ACCM has just constantly been back here with the scouts harassing and killing. ACCM is still in Feudal Age, but he's got 12 scouts and he's still roaming around, killing villagers. Vietnam is now ahead by 15 vills. No, I didn't say old time. I said all time. Katsuni. No. I don't think I ever actually spoke to Katsuni on voice. Maybe once. I don't think I ever co-casted with him. Maybe I did once. This is like early days. Nice find over here. Great find from Cosmonaut. Ice cream! Now that's a rare one. With 5 gifted subs. V Gaming. It's not V Gaming. Ice cream gifting subs? What has the world come to, dude? I'll have you know that I am also an oiler. I also acquire money and spend it on streamers that I watch sometimes. It's 0 Empires? No, newer than that. Dragonstar's over here with the crossbows. 45 villagers. Ballistics on the way. Hope has 59, though. ACCM still with 61. Freaking ACCM is so stubborn holding on to this area. I think just the stubbornness and like the use of the mobility from the scouts have kept them in this game. Also the fact that Dragonstar wasn't able to defend his base properly, right? Still hasn't even gotten double bid axe. He had really good pressure early. He was harassing extremely well with the towers, but some of the basic things slipping away when you're paying so much attention to this wood line. Speaking of wood lines, he's relocated over here, so that's good. Dash. Ding, ding, ding. We got Dash hopping in with me and Hera. Gonna be sick, dude. Yeah, haven't talked to Dash in a long time. Haven't done a triple cast in a long time either. Squeeze in T90 in there as well. Yeah. Little threesome. This is good damage. Step Lancers, Light Cav. This is a good game, man. The Atacama games on this tournament have been so back and forth. And ACCM, great damage control earlier, like I said, but now there's not enough room in the TC, bro. There is not enough room in the TC. ACCM is going to lose his military under that town center. The cavalry will just roam around the base, slaughtering villagers left and right. It'll be up to Hope to try and pull his team back from this. ACCM does have towers to keep the villagers inside, but look at this. His whole eco is basically idled at the moment. He'll go for another TC over here. He's down to 51 villagers. Step Lancer slaughters her before she can complete the monastery. Villagers are all idle over here. Cosmonaut has no fear of the town center fire. He just sits underneath. He kills the villagers. ACCM losing a lot. 17 vills dead. Lots of idle time. He's losing more now. We have crossbows over here from Hope, but it's cav archers for Dragonstar from the Japanese. Still no wood upgrade. Guys, we need to get Dragonstar an alarm. We need to get him like a physical alarm clock that can ring every 5 minutes to tell him to check if he has his wood upgrades. Seriously. Remote shock color. Yeah. We could actually, dude, we could sell that. We could sell AoE merch, which is basically a shock collar that goes off every 5 minutes, but we call it the horse collar. And it's to check whether you have horse collar or any other eco upgrades. Sold? Don't be weird. You were a little too eager with that one. You were a little too eager with that, bro. You know, Dragonstar, you wouldn't have to buy wood if you had freaking double bit axe. Hope's eco is pretty good. 82 vills. Vietnam is ahead on villagers after that raid, huge raid to ACCM. He's also going 4 TC with the Slavs. Resources for Hope actually looking decent. Cheaper Imperial Age time for Byzantines as well. As he gets Horse Color. Do we have a single eco upgrade for Dragonstar? Not a single eco upgrade for Dragonstar. Thermal has tied it up against Lance. We got more time. There it is. There it is. Look at it. It's coming in hot. Double bit axe. Nice little wall off back here for Hope. And a Mangonel taking out Dragonstar's wood economy. Knights are still roaming around here. Dragonstar's trying to deal with that. We've got Iron Pagodas on this side from Cosmonaut. It's a very good unit. But all of the attention right now is focused over on Blacksail's side of the map, and Imperial Age is coming in for Hope. And Hope should just be able to crush them, right? If you don't have wood access here, you're cooked. Once he's an imp, maybe even before imp, they're just going to be shut off the wood completely. This is nice and everything from Dragonstar over on this side. Maybe the light cap can do some damage over here too, but stables are being added from Hope for camels. Castle is forward. Mangonels are forward. Crossbows are forward. And Imperial Age is 2 minutes away. Hope gonna kill them? Yep. Great game. Great game from Hope. We saw him get lamed early. His early eco was terrible. And then he lost 4 villagers to the scouts. But he recovered so nicely. Is that Dragonstar's wood eco back there? I guess he's like... He's utilizing the Japanese cheap lumber camps. He's got villagers chopping back here. Nice defense from ACCM. ACCM has 90 villagers now with Slavs. 34 farmers. Oof. And Cosmonaut trying to get some momentum back. Pushing in through the center with the Iron Pagodas. What a dumb name for a unit, by the way. Iron Pagoda. Like, come on, man. They do have more pierce armor than melee armor. Oh, no. Mangonels from both sides. ACCM with a Mangonel. Hope with a Mangonel. The castle denied. And Imperial Age is in. With the Trebs coming out already. These Cav Archers won't be able to do much damage. Dragonstar's kind of out of the game at the moment. Cosmonaut's thinking about clicking up to Imp, but there's really no momentum for them. Really nothing happening positively for Black Sails. The castle will have to go back here. That doesn't secure any of the wood. It's a great name in Chinese, not so much after the translation. Okay. So it's just the literal translation of the name. They didn't take any liberties with it at all. Imperial Age coming in for both ACCM at 98 villagers now, losing a few more. And Cosmonaut, who's at 105. Dragonstar, I don't know if this is going to pull through. I like the aggressiveness of a castle. I don't think this is the right area. And I don't even know if it's going to go up in the first place. I mean, there's not really many units over here, so it probably will. Let's take a look at the Jurchen castle crumbling animation. GG called. No! We gotta watch it crumble. No! Dude! No! What? Dude, come on. This is worse than the egg boiling video from yesterday. Wow, great game from Vietnam. Really, really nice recovery, especially from Hope. Good early push from Dragonstar, but the follow-up, he struggled, right? Like, just one more house here to prevent those scouts coming in from ACCM. His eco's way better. Double bit axe earlier. His eco's way better. Some defense at home might be necessary as well. Why are we boiling eggs? Well, I'm not going to send you the video because it's the biggest rage bait video of all time. Wouldn't send it to my worst enemy. I might send it to Ice Cream, though. It was frying? Yeah, he was trying to fry an egg. It wasn't boiling. He was trying to fry it. Did I say boiling? I might have. And it shows him putting the egg in and frying. And then it skips forward 30 seconds and it has a little text thing that says the egg exploded. But it doesn't show the egg exploding. It's the worst thing I've ever not seen. Okay. Jurchens, loss. Japanese, loss. Win for the Slavs. And a win for the Byzantines. Vietnam evens it out. 2-2. Okay, Lance is playing as Malay. So it's the castle, the fast imp forward castle strat that we were talking about when we did our little stream together. Thank you for being here, everyone. Appreciate it. Do, 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 do. Oh no, it's over? What's over? Oh, the Netherlands game. Okay. I'm like, why are you guys saying 3-0? I was like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, I don't know what map they're going on to here. Regicide Fortress would be sick. If it is Regicide Fortress, Black Sails have Cumans and Saracens. And then Vietnam would be playing Bohemians and Goths, maybe? Maybe Burgundians, Bohemians? Two pretty good civs. Who taught Lance Conic FC? He's been doing that for a while. I think he might have had coaching with Phosphor. He could have figured it out by himself too. He's got like 1,000 team games on Age of Empires 2, right? So he's got experience. Doo-doo. 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 How did my homie Tofu do? I think Tofu got a king snipe, right? In one of his games. He went down to the losers bracket, unfortunately. And then he lost against Loco, but he got a king snipe. He did beat Ampy as well. Who did you coach on that African clearing game? It was Lance. What does body odor 7 mean? It means you should go put on some fucking deodorant, Lars. Don't ask me what that means either. It'll be Rampart the next game. Okay, Black Sail's strategy for Rampart is just make very strong unique units. They have Bengalis. They don't have Spanish this time. They might go Bengalis for Ratha and then Blackwood Archers with the Tupi. Could also see like Fast Castle Fire Lancers or something. Catons maybe. That's probably not so good. Wiska maybe for Guechas. Fast Castle Ratha and Guecha. Saracens? I think you saved Saracens for Regicide Fortress, right? If we're looking at Team Vietnam, I think Ghoulems are really good. Could play Tatars here as well. Could go Bohemians, but you probably want that for Regicide Fortress. I think the tourney would be best if it ended with an 8-player Diplo match between the top 8. I don't think really any of these guys know how to play Diplo or even how to change someone to ally. It is going to be Muisca Bengalis. It's going to be Guecha Ratha for Black Sails. And then Team Vietnam is playing Burgundians and Goths. So we could see some really early infantry aggression from Vietnam to try and stall out the FC into unique units from the other side. Maybe Flemish militia, maybe some men-at-arms, right? I don't think they can stop the FC or stop the castle from going up, but they can certainly do a ton of damage before it does. No range units for the Guecha to kill. See, I don't think, dude, everyone thinks Guecha are bad. I think they're pretty good. They've got high DPS. Everyone's trying to use them like a skirm. Don't use them like a skirm. Use them like a Rattan Archer. Use them against knights. They do good damage. Fun fact from Vietnam side, Hope is playing at a net cafe right now as he doesn't have a computer at home. He also just finished a 3-1 semifinal set before this. Oh, damn. He's like a permanent resident of that, permanent resident of the internet cafe currently. (4-0) for Netherlands. Oh boy. They're trying to beat Canada for the most lopsided victory in the tournament, bro. We can't allow that, Sweden. Oh my god, bro. I gotta rejoin the game again. I don't know why this keeps happening. Every single time I join a game, I have to like join it twice to spectate it. Oh, I guess the Germans did win 7-1, didn't they? Against Curacao. At least Curacao got 1 goal. Okay, Dragonstar playing Muisca. Cosmonaut playing Bengalis. And the last time they played, they had Spanish and Bengalis, and they just went FC. They believe in Fast Castle on this map. You've got like 4 boars. You can always get up to Castle Age. The question is how good your eco is going to look once you get there. It's really, really tough to punish a Fast Castle build, though. Because you got to be so fast to get your units over to harass them. They should douche. There's not a lot of room here, dude. You can't build TCs on a hill. That would be very difficult. There's also outposts, so they'd see you coming from a mile away. This is Ramparts. Not a map we see very often on Standard RM. Although, it is pretty interesting. Still start with all the outposts. You've got so many hairs around your base. It's like 30 hairs or something. A lot of extra food. This is nice from Hope. He sent the villager forward. Gets Loom almost instantly with the Goss. And he's going to start to lame. So this can actually severely disrupt the Fast Castle play from Cosmonaut. And Cosmonaut is already abandoning the woodline because he saw the 2 scouts over here from ACCM and from Hope. And the villager with Loom. And now his lumber camp is going to get walled in. So he can't Fast Castle anymore. And this isn't even that big of an investment from Hope. Really solid job from him. Cosmonaut will now send some more villagers out there. Half of his lumber camp is walled in already. One of his boars is lamed over here. He might still be able to pull off a Fast Castle, but it's going to be significantly slowed. ACCM not doing the same thing over here to Dragonstar. But I think Wrath are going to be the more dangerous option, for sure, than the Guechas. So maybe they're fine. Dragonstar playing into that. If he isn't playing into Guechas, he might still be playing into Champy or something along those lines. Still kind of unclear. Nice attempt there from ACCM, but he can't lame the villager. Coming in with that boar. This villager still hasn't been dealt with, so Hope will be in the back of Cosmonaut's base. Can you go full clown with Muisca here? I don't know if you can. I don't think you can. Like full monk play? Nah. It's just too easy for the Burgundians to go into light cav, you know? Dragonstar getting Loom. Continues to add Vil. So he is going Fast Castle. We know it's a fast castle here from Cosmonaut. Some really good damage early from Hope. And it's a faster Feudal Age from ACCM. ACCM can make some Flemish Militia and can start harassing on this side. The only question is whether he wants to go into scouts or archers / skirmishers. I think a range would get a lot more damage here than the scouts would. Oh, boy. Oh, this is why you don't let the Goss villager hang out at the back of your base. You got to kill her quick. Feudal Age is on the way for Hope. Militia are coming out. They will be men-at-arms, and then this villager will likely push forward and make a tower on the wood line. And that tower can potentially range the stone mining as well. Cosmonaut's going to get absolutely cooked here, folks. Dragonstar might make it to castle at a respectable time and have enough stone for the castle for the Guechas. But Cosmonaut definitely will not. Sweden scored. Okay. They're coming back, guys. They're coming back. It's only 4-1. They got 30 minutes left. Plus a refreshment break. Fucking hydration breaks, bro. So stupid. They had a hydration break in a covered, temperature-controlled stadium. Ad break more like it? It's very clearly an ad break. Forward range from ACCM. He's trying to buy himself a little bit more time here. Right? Like I said, they will get up to Castle Age. Regardless of what you do. You can't stop that. But if you're fast enough, you can actually get some good damage down. And make sure that their wood eco is stalled out. Their stone eco is stalled out, right? Make it as painful as possible for your opponent to actually get that castle up. Nice snipe there from Dragonstar on the scout from ACCM. Archers are coming forward. What is Flemish Militia, good or bad verse? It's good against cavalry, typically. You can trade somewhat well against men-at-arms. It's not great. It's decent against skirms. It's just a generally improved spearman. Towers going up on both sides. A lot of men-at-arms from the Goss. 6 men-at-arms plus the archer. This villager was allowed to exist at the back of Cosmonaut's base. The Champy probably should have gone over to try and clear that up early. Cosmonaut is now struggling because of it. He doesn't want to complete this tower yet because the tower from Hope hasn't been completed as he tries to go for the market on this side. Over here, Dragonstar gets the market and the blacksmith up. Stone count is looking good. He's trying to buy food. Does need the gold to click up, but he will get up to Castle Age. The question is how quickly ACCM now gets up to Castle Age behind. Feels like he can take a lot of this extra hunt, stall out his military production, and then go up at a respectable time himself. Cosmonaut is cooked. He got 2 extra villagers from going to Feudal Age, but it's such a good push here from Hope, especially considering the fact that he's at an internet cafe right now and he just played another set there. Huge respect to Hope for battling through and having a pretty good performance so far in this set. What a disaster eco here for Cosmonaut. What a disaster for Team Black Sails. Will it turn around once the Guechas are out? That's the question. ACCM kind of building up towards the resources for Castle Age. Fletching does take away some of that res. Will help his archers shut down this eco, though. Our Goss player also kind of building up towards that. He's got villagers taking all the hunt around. He's also got these archers shutting down the gold from Cosmonaut as Cosmonaut just desperately tries to get up. Castle right on the army here. ACCM's going to try and shut down that tower and all of these units. Or sorry, ACCM's going to try and shut down the castle. Dragonstar's going to try and shut down the tower. And all of the units from ACCM. And he'll get the castle up. Like I said, you can't stop the castle going up. They will get it eventually. It's just how much you can slow them down. Resources for ACCM looking fantastic. He's about to click. Hope's resources also looking really good. Cosmonaut maneuvering that market. It's extremely difficult for him. It's going to have to wait for a bit more stone. Maybe sell 100 stone here. Do you really want to do that if you're aiming for a castle? He's selling 200 wood. He still doesn't have enough gold to go up. He's at 198 gold. Oh, he's got no one on food, no one on gold. Oh my god, look at that. Look at the gymnastics he had to do to finally get up to Castle Age. Brutal situation here for Cosmonaut. Let's go, Lance. Did he take a win? Let's go, Lance. Hell yeah. Waitress coming out. They're quick. They'll clear this army. You want to get rid of those Flemish militia before they get the Castle Age upgrade. Unfortunately for the Guaches, they do have a minimum range. That's the problem with this unit. Other than that, though, pretty good. Now they push forward. Towers coming up from ACCM. They have a decent amount of Pierce army. You still don't want to sit near the towers, but you can flirt with them a little bit. And are these Guaches? I think these Guaches are going over to Hope Space. I don't think they're going to ACCMs. They are. Would have been better off if he actually went to Hope Space. There's more potential here for damage. When one of these dies as well, it will give a little bit of extra HP to its homies. So that's another nice bonus from the Guacha. That weak one died, but the other ones were healed a little bit. Which is nice for Dragonstar. He's roaming around. He's killed 2 villagers already. More Guachas are coming out from him. There's 8 on the field right now. He's also going for a monk because there's so many relics on this map. The last time when he was playing Spanish, he collected 10 relics. And he had like 7,000 relic gold in that game. One more villager lost from Cosmonaut. But the castle finally goes up. What a disaster for him. Oh my goodness. Now he has to sell everything to try and afford a few Ratha. So they can try and clear these archers. But Castle Age is already in. For Hope. So he's already going to have skirms. Dragonstar might need to go over towards Hope Space to try and find some additional damage. ACCM now going for a castle too. He's grabbing the relics. He's going into Light Cav. I think he knows the Dragonstar is going to try and grab some relics of his own. He wants to contest that a little bit. Okay, Thick Rub. Do not rage bait in this channel. That is a bannable thought crime. Well said, Wally. I'm not even going to read that out loud. Wow. Nice job from ACCM. Dang. Controls the relics coming in. Dragonstar only has 2 so far. There's a Mangonel forced out to deal with the skirms. Cosmonaut trying to defend the Mangonel, but he loses it. Can't save it, and Cosmonaut is still in so much pain over on this side. He's finally got some villagers back on food, but it's basically just the berries as ACCM stonewalls in this corner to go for an additional TC. Rathar forward, though. Cosmonaut will find some villager kills over on Hope Space, and he stalls at the second TC. So a little bit of momentum, maybe, for Black Sails as the Guacha come over here, too. This could be bad for Hope. This could be really bad for Hope. We got both players now sending their unique units over. And Hope is paying attention to the Ratha. He's not paying attention to the Guachas coming in. He doesn't see these at all. Dragonstar's going to take out that monk. He's going to take out these villagers as well. Good damage there. Can't keep this TC denied, though. Still no double bit axe for Cosmonaut. Don't think we can blame him for that. It's been a struggle. Dragonstar actually got it this game, and now he's getting Wheelbarrow too, so decent eco for Dragonstar. 9 villagers killed by these Guacha, and you can see that they actually do well against cavalry. Cassilia need to back away. There's a lot of damage here. 6+2 attack. They'll do a little bit better against the Mangonel than standard crossbows. It's like having Bohemian crossbows with chemistry in Castle Age. Ballistics is in too. Scorpions come out here from ACCM. He has no ballistics, so the Guacha aren't super concerned about that yet. They just can't fight it. Archers and skirms now pushing on this side. Eco count, only 13 ahead for Vietnam, but archers and skirms over here need to be dealt with. Cosmonaut needs to turn this army back around. Try to save some of his villagers. More villagers going down. That's a great raid from Hope. 4 villagers killed. Boom. I love when they die, too. Oh, Chidare. Uh-oh. No. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What a great stop from Dragonstar. Holy fuck. Hope attack grounded right where he thought he was going to be. Dragonstar stopped 1 second before it killed the Cassilia calmly and did not get nuked by that shot. And the Guachas are still running around. 28 kills on these bad boys. You can already see how much they've healed from their companions falling, right? They've lost about 129 HP off of the 660. But they've taken 266. So they're healing up over time. I think the armor upgrade would be very nice for Dragonstar here as a second castle now goes up from ACCM. Losing another villager on this side. How many relics does he have? 3. Dragonstar's also got 3. Ratha pushing forward. Hope with another Mangonel. ACCM's eco is insane. 64 villagers. More relics on the way. And Castilia coming over here now. He didn't see the villagers. ACCM did not see the villagers going out for that TC. That is so fortunate for Cosmonaut. Wow, that is so fortunate for him. Mangonel's now going down. Guacha. He lost a couple of those. Couldn't avoid the Mangonel shots, but the rest did heal when their buddies died, and there's another wave on the way. Cosmonaut signaling the Castilier over here now. Vietnam with a 30 villager lead. As ACCM comes over here to try and help his ally out. Dragon Star, Cosmonaut not looking. The Castilier snipe. The Mangonel and the Wrath are going to have to exit the situation. The Scorpion's still following the Guechas as Dragon Star sends another group of Guechas forward. Just feels like ACCM's Eco is going to absolutely power him through this game. With every unit I lose, I become more powerful than you can possibly imagine, says Dragon Star. It's so funny watching the health bars and these things go up when one of them dies. They've traded quite well, to be honest, against Castilier. He's found value with them for sure. I'm not certain that he's going to find value now, though. He'll need to run away from this for sure. Double Castle Castilier production. +2 armor. Forging is in. Obviously, doesn't get bloodlines, which sucks, but... What's up, Jambi? Not a great fight for Team Black Sails. There's not enough Guecha here. There's only 7 of them. It's another mass coming forward. He's got 17 total. There's a second castle now going up for Dragon Star. Let's take a look at the relics situation. 5 relics for ACCM. That's 100 food per minute. Just from relics. They nerfed it slightly for Burgundians. But it's still decent. Plus all the associated gold, right? And there's another relic coming in for Hope, too. What's the eco looking like for Cosmonaut? 53 villagers? Yikes. Your clothes are red. They nerfed it, it's fine. Yeah, it's still a ridiculous bonus. This game's over, dude. ACCM Zico is flying. 51 on food. Double Castle Castilier production. Imperial Age is on the way. I like the Guechas. I think they're good. But in a situation like this, where he's just spamming Castilier at you, no. No way. They're not going to cut it. And your ally has been in the dumpster this entire game. I wonder what the res collected disparity is in favor of ACCM right now. I would say it's like 6 or 7k ahead of anyone on the opposing team. Oh, that was, I underestimated it. He has 12,000 resources ahead of Dragon Star. 11k ahead of his teammate, who's the next best. ACCM with the Burgundians with this eco expansion is laughing. Dude, I love this death sound. Every time they die. Hachirari Imhotep. All right, more Guecha. More Guecha warriors coming over. They haven't touched green in a very long time. Sounds inappropriate, but it's true. They have not touched Hope in a while, and Hope is expanding his eco as well. Imp is in for ACCM. Do they call it now? GG. Vietnam wins 2 in a row. Can potentially finish the series off with our final game. ACCM's Eco absolutely flying. 15,000 res collected ahead of Dragonstar. KD for Dragonstar was fine. Guaychas seemed okay. Cosmonaut was really not in the game at all. He just really wasn't involved. If Dragonstar only had to deal with ACCM, maybe, right? He got some good damage with the Guaychas early. Maybe he could have denied the castle, etc. But he did come over here to try and help out against Hope. Because Cosmonaut was just so far behind. It was a great play from Hope, honestly. He went forward. He lamed the boars early. Then he got the barracks set up, went to 6 men-at-arms, into the archers, into the forward tower. It was a disaster piece for Cosmonaut trying just to get up to the castle age. What's up, Chemical? How you doing, bro? How about Turkey yesterday, bruh? I shouldn't have said that. He's going to leave now. He just showed up. He's going to leave. Rip. Would you wish the egg frying video on Chemical? No. What egg frying video? I won't show it. I'm not that mean. All right, win for the Burgundians, win for the Goths. And this is quite nice for Vietnam. They have 4 crowns on that top row. Considered by the other team to be the worst civs that they could give them. And they've got 4 victories with them out of 5. Beautiful. Okay, so we have Coastal Forest was a win for them. We have Thames and we have Regicide Fortress remaining. The Thermal Lance game is looking kind of close right now. I'd say Malians are probably better than Romans, though, so we'll see. Seems like a good set. I have promised that I would cast the next set, so that's why I'm keeping tabs on it. Maybe we can finish this one just on time. They're going on to Fortress. Okay. What civs for Fortress? Cumin Shirley for Black Sails, right? Cumin Saracens? Cumin Saracens against Bohemians. Bohemians Hindustanis? What are we thinking? Bohemians for sure, right? Lance is going to spam infantry into crossbows. Yikes. He is Romans, though. Maybe it'll work. Thanks for being here, everyone. Appreciate it. We're waiting for them to get in. It's going to be Fortress. I still think Humans has to be picked. And Saracens has to be picked. But those are such good civs. It's just like, how do you even begin to counter that from Vietnam? Bohemians, Hindustanis must be. Oh, dude, these guys are taking so long in between games. I want this set to be done at the exact moment I need to go cast the other one. There we go. They're finally in. Tupi and Cumans. Dragonstar has picked Tupi instead of Saracens. Really? And it's Bohemians and Hindustanis for HCCM and Hope. I think Lance is losing this game, guys. I think it's going to game 5. I think we got some time. Let's see what Dragonstar wants to cook up here with the Tupi. Very interesting. I know you can get like 5,000 Blackwood archers, but still. Are they that good? I don't think so. They'll die to Hussite wagons. They should probably die to Ghulams as well. Is there something else the Tupi can do? What about the Ibrahimovic warriors? Are those Tupi? I think that's Tupi, right? Are those things solid? I've never seen anyone make them. Is Saracens good on Thames? Yeah, Saracens are good on Thames, but you need to win the game. Oh my god, dude, this is so frustrating. Every time I join into the game, I have to join twice. Oh, they had to go back. They actually restarted that. Okay. Do do do. Guys, Lance is losing units at a ridiculous rate right now. Okay, so maybe they didn't have the regicide setting on, but we're back. Spec countdown is going again. Toopy, toopy, toopy. They should have a good start with settlements. They start with 25 extra resources of everything, which doesn't really make that big of a difference. He could maybe try to go for like some sort of fast imp or something. I mean, they need to win early because Tupi and Cuman's late game just has absolutely nothing on Hindustanis and Bohemians. They will get crushed. I hate this, dude. I hate this. Every single game. I had to join twice. That's fine. All right. Regicide. Regicide Fortress. Apparently we're paused. Bad time to pause. As Dragonstar looks like he's trying to have a kung fu battle with the boar currently. Now he's going to pull it in. And here we go. Double settlement for Dragonstar. Go get the boar in here. Let's look at this Tupi King. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Look at this guy. Oh, hell yeah, man. Oh, hell yeah. Look at that drip. Dude. I'm seeing this king for the first time, too. That might be the coolest looking king out there. This guy looks like he would cast a spell on you or something. Look, he's got like the cape as well. It's just sick. So he's gonna be wandering around with that. We have this dude over here from Cosmonaut. Looks more like a merchant than a king. For the Cumans. Then we have this guy over here who's your standard king, you know? Stomach first, feet next type of strategy. And then we've got this guy over here who looks like Santa Claus. Well, not really. This guy looks like, you know the dude in The Mummy who ran away from the Beatles and then they went in his skin and everything and, you know. You know what I'm talking about. He looks like him with a hat. Great scene, yep. That chick gave me nightmares as a kid. That is one universal thing. People saying that they had nightmares from watching The Mummy as a kid. I did, my sister did, everyone I know who watched it as a kid had the same nightmares, bro. That was a creepy-ass movie. Great movie, but creepy. Okay, so once again, we're wondering what the strategy is going to be from Dragonstar. Humans will go for the 2TC Boom. The 2TC Boom is probably only rivaled by Chinese. And I think it still surpasses Chinese as one of the best starts on Regicide Fortress. Unfortunately for the Cumans, your late game tech tree doesn't really have a lot, right? Especially against Bohemians and Hindustanis. It will take a while to catch up to your eco. You can expand with that second TC early, but by the time you're attacking them, they're probably going to have a pretty good eco of their own, and they can go into much better the units than you can. Mummy with Tom Cruise? No. Why the Chinese? Because if you're on Regicide start, you start with extra food, and you still get the 3 extra villagers. So you just have 3 villagers working for you right away. Chinese eco is insane. Your techs are cheaper as well. So you're spending less on your eco techs. It's easier to get them. That is a horrifically bad spot for a king. That might be the worst spot for a king I've ever seen in my entire life. Why? It's blocked off by wood lines. Did we already discuss why Tupi? Dude, I don't know why Tupi. I've been talking about that for the last 10 minutes. I have no idea why you would pick Tupi here, especially when he had Saracens available. We're about to find out, I guess. It is a weirdo looking castle, isn't it? It does look neat, but it's weird. Like the little flowers and everything. Doesn't look like a castle. Looks more like a treehouse. Tupi has the best wonder, though. Yep, they literally built a waterfall. Wonderful. Okay, corner check. Nope. 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 Corners on fortress or junk. Castle Age is on the way for Dragonstar. Castle Age is now on the way for Hope as well. And Dragonstar, he hasn't sent any additional villagers out to stone. He's sending more villagers to gold. And I think it probably should just be for Blackwood Archers, right? So he's just going to mass up a ton of Blackwood Archers. They could maybe go for some like fast imp play with the Cumans to get a forward castle on one of them and then the Blackwood Archers support. But if they do that and they full kill one, they still have to worry about the other. And both of these civilizations for Vietnam can theoretically win 1v2 against Tupi and Cumans if they have a fully boomed eco. Which civ has the best barracks? The best barracks belongs to... I think I like the Aztecs. This barracks is actually pretty cool. This is a pretty cool looking barracks. This one's the worst, dude. This one sucks. I hate that barracks. This one's alright. This is like the classic, right? This one's okay too. It is pretty cool how on all of these like East Asian architecture sets, they have like random little elephants and stuff. Little Easter eggs around here. Elephant up top there. You know, there's an elephant on here somewhere. Elephant here. There's always elephants somewhere. Even on the TC. Is there an elephant in here somewhere? There's gotta be, right? There's always an elephant, dude. There's no elephant? Am I just not seeing it? Damn, we got robbed. It's on the backside? Ah. Is there an elephant on the house? No. Okay, it is Blackwood Archers. It is going to be Blackwood Archers here from Dragonstar. I just failed to see what these are going to do. Does also kind of feel like Cosmonaut wants to go up to Imp. With the ways. Going for an additional mining camp here. He's actually getting bloodlines. Never mind. He wants to go stables. Do they want a king snipe or something? It'll be what? Step Lancers from Cosmonaut? Knights, maybe? Sorry. His main gold now cut off. This sucks for him, for sure. Golems are coming out now for Hope. Those could be good against the Blackwood Archers. Hussite Wagons are definitely going to be good against the Blackwood Archers. And here comes the Petard from ACCM. Feudal Age Stonewalls, so ACCM will get through with one Petard. Still 10 seconds away from Castle Age is Cosmonaut. He'll go... Wow, look at his golds. They're both set up right next to each other. Gonna go for a mining camp back there. Try and get some more gold income. Knights are coming out for him. There are 25 Blackwood Archers on the field right now for Dragonstar. Doesn't help him stop that scout, though, and that's a good snipe there from Hope. Hope has 3 TCs. ACCM has 2. Cosmonaut, of course, has 2, and he should still have the eco lead. Did he move his king? He moved his king. Oh, brother. I mean, if ACCM just accidentally wanders over here with these Hussite Wagons, we're going to have some problems. This guy might be able to solo this entire army from Dragonstar. These Blackwood Archers get one shot by the Hussite Wagons. That's a disaster. The Knights are coming out, though, and the Knights are fairly effective against them. Maybe the Blackwood Archers can be used to snipe the monks or something from ACCM. Petards have been built, by the way, from Dragonstar, and they're coming across, and the Golems won't be able to find him. It's 34 Blackwoods. Quantity is a quality all its own. Said multiple people famous. It just depends who you attribute the quote to. But Dragonstar has read that quote somewhere and believes in it. And there's a lot of death of Blackwood Archers happening as these Hussite Wagons are absolutely cooking his shit. KD right now, 2-15. So we see a siege workshop going up. Petards have been seen, though. So the Petards are not as sneaky as he might have wanted them to be. Rams are coming out from the siege workshop. Thought it would be a mangonel, maybe, for these Hussite Wagons. It's not going to be. And Cosmonaut will just take the fight with the Knights. Gets a couple of them converted, but he might be able to push these wagons away. He will. The main concern with this is the fact that Dragonstar is still at 45 villagers. ACCM is at 65. And Hope is at 82. Hope is about to click up to Imp. And they still only have 1 ram. Dragonstar, we just can't take fights against these wagons. We just cannot. Stables are going up now for Hope. Imperial Age is on the way. Imp Camel should be coming in a few minutes once he gets up. I don't know if they can kill ACCM in time before Hope gets here. That's a great engagement from Cosmonaut, though. Fantastic job getting in the gate, blocking the Hussite wagons. They didn't even need the Petards, it turns out, because ACCM deleted that. There is a monk inside this tower. It's not the king. And the king is running this way. The king needs to be careful. The king needs to be very careful. The Blackwood archers are right here with ballistics. ACCM runs along the edge of his base, sends that king over towards the castle. And he should get inside safely as long as ACCM doesn't accidentally eject him. Dragonstar pushing in, though, with the Blackwood archers under the TC. Knights are here, too. Villagers going down. But the big concern right now is hope. Massive concern for Black Sails. When does this fully boomed player on the other side of the map show up with his camels? Capped rams are coming in. I think they know the king's not in that tower. And now they know for sure. As the monks get ejected. Can they snipe this king, dude? The capped rams are coming in. If the Blackwoods sit right under this castle, they can stop this king from running. Maybe if they sit in the rams. Imperial Age is on the way for Dragonstar. Will hope be here in time. There goes the king. There goes the king. Unseen by Black Sails. ACCM escapes. His base is dying, but his team is still ahead by 60 villagers. A very aggressive game from Black Sails. Blackwood archers keep streaming across the map. Once the Hussite wagons are gone, the Blackwood archers, just by sheer numbers, might be able to actually provide some solid support against the camels, too. Here comes heavy camel. 22 camels on the field already. There is another castle, so more Hussite wagons will come out. Ram's still coming in, though, from Cosmonaut. He's on the way to Imp. Now, is this going to work? Hang on a second. They are absolutely cooking the base of ACCM. Hold on. The camels are coming in for the Rams. The castle's being repaired. I think the correct play is just to hard commit the Rams, and there's a Mangonel behind. Excellent defense from ACCM and from Hope. Hope now sending stone to ACCM to repair the castle, and they've held. They have absolutely held, and this is really bad. Really, really bad for Team Black Sails. Dragonstar is an imp, though. He's getting Elite Blackwood Archer. That'll give him an extra, wait for it, 5 HP. And he can get the poison tech. They're elite now. They're elite now. He gets an extra range as well, which is even bigger. How much is the unique tech? 650, 600. That's a lot. He's saving up for it right now. You can tell because he's not making any more units. He's only got 51 villagers. ACCM now signaling this. It says, go back here. He's trying to afford the unique tech, bro. It's so expensive. There it is. And then he can start Blackwood Archer production from 2 castles instead of just 1. This guy is still just fucking sitting here, bro. It's like when you play Hitman or something and you like stealth behind a pole, you know? And then the guards suddenly just can't see you. Nice signal from ACCM. Remember, the towers also get the bleed damage, too. So it's not just the Blackwoods, it's the towers as well. Should help the towers around his base. Imp Camel now coming in. Bleed damage is going to do pretty well here. As Cosmonaut makes a switch into House. Still making rams, too. So maybe he wants like a halb ram push with the archers behind supporting. 55 Blackwood archers for Dragonstar. We could legitimately see like 150 military this game from Dragonstar. They only take up half a pop space. Jesus, dude. There's no way he saw that either. There's like no way he saw that king. Cosmonaut saw it. Imp Camel's coming over for the Blackwood archers. They're fast, but they're not that fast. This Dragonstar is now up to 66 of them. That bleed damage stacks pretty quickly. Full wall's coming up for ACCM. If ACCM can get to Imp, start making Hufnitsa. Hufnitsa Imp Camel combination. Maybe even just full switch into Ghoulam. For Hope. I mean, it's pretty devastating, right? Yeah, Dragonstar's gonna have to pay attention over here. Can't afford to lose that castle. That's producing like 7 or 8, 9, I guess only even numbers. 10, 12 units a minute, that castle. As you see Dragonstar with 56 military over here, trying to catch 8 Imperial camels. These aren't great trades, though, from Hope. In terms of resource value, just losing a lot of ink camels, trying to push into these Blackwood archers with the bleed. It's fine, though. He can afford it. Almost 100 eco ahead for ACCM and Hope. And they've got the trade line set up now, too. The question is, does Hope go for Caravanserai? They could have full trade with Caravanserai behind. If they think this is going to go super late game. 100 military now for Dragonstar. Yeah, the Tupi do have a little bit of a refund on dead units. 15% of their cost. Which can stack nicely with units like this that are born to die. Do we think that Hope knows what a Caravanserai is? A lot of players seem to forget about it. Elite Hussites wreck all? Yeah, they just destroy. I don't think they get the bleed damage against Hussite wagons because they're classified as siege, right? They don't. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, that's going to be horrible. So the win condition now for Dragonstar and Cosmonaut is probably just King Snipe. There's 141 military from Dragonstar. He's going to be losing track of all of his groups of military. Unbelievable. From only 3 castles as well. Camels in the back here raiding. Imp Camel cooks Cumans. Grand Trunk Road now on the way. Hufnitsa on the way as well. The game between Thermal and Lance is a close game 5. Lance looks like he has the edge, though. Good raids here from Dragonstar. Won't make the biggest difference, but he's pushing in this way. He might be able to get in. There's a king here and there's a king here. If one of these villagers lets him in the gate, or if he manages to snipe the gate and get in, he could potentially kill these kings. He could end the game right there. And our Cumans player is still pushing forward over here. Huvnitsa Mass has not started yet. Castle going up in the center. ACCM trying to get a little bit of map control. Dragon starts sending more units over here. It's got 170 Blackwood archers. They don't like the looks of this. They don't like denying castles. He can't pay attention to all of his groups, so don't blame him. That is also a king under threat. Blackwood archers are getting in. It is guard tower now for Hope. Halberdiers coming over. They're going to clear up the camels over here. Siege Ram's still pushing forward over on this side. 119 units now for Dragonstar. He lost a lot over here. Just extremely casually losing so many units. The king runs away. ACCM says, fuck that. I'm gone. He's done it before. I wouldn't want to hide in this castle, though, because there's no guaranteeing that Hope won't just eject you by accident. I don't want to put my fate in someone else's hands like that. Dragonstar's still trying to wipe up the trade. They're going for trade themselves. Population is almost even, but a lot of the population on the other side is these useless Blackwood archers. We just got cleared up over here. Dragonstar loses another 80 units, right? More Blackwoods coming across. It's always more Blackwoods for Dragonstar. He only has 5 on gold currently. So the production might be a little bit stalled for him. Rams are an excellent solution to the Bohemians from the Cumans player. Especially if the Bohemians player is going into Hussite wagons. But unfortunately, Hufnitsa will kill those. And Hussar from the Hindustanis will come over and help as well. Nice job from Dragonstar. Still killing some of the trade back here. Hussite wagons are going to come over. Try and stop this. It's a good raid, though. It's a really solid raid. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I think we see this. And we see this. And we all know where this is going to end up, right? Dragonstar is about to end up on TikTok, dude. He's about to get clipped. Never mind, he's shooting his own Hussar. Uh-oh. Blackwood archers pushing forward. Blackwood archers folding. He's attacking Hussite wagons and Hufnitsa with Blackwood archers. Probably not the best strategy. A new tower has been built for ACCM's king. That was probably ACCM too. That probably wasn't Hope's idea. That was like ACCM like, build me a tower, bro. Just build me a tower, please. $69 Blackwood archers for Dragonstar. And no, it's not nice. It's very not nice. Oh, the pass-through damage from the Golem should be disgusting as well. If they even get close. I mean, the bleed damage is insane. Reinforcements are being cut off too. One by one. Every single archer coming from this cat. Or no, half of the archers. How, dude, that's so weird. So he set the waypoint over here. Half of them are going this way, and half of them are going through the base. Very strange. Nice raid at the back, by the way, by ACCM. This is cooked. They need to mass up for a big king snipe. That's the only hope. No caravanserai, by the way. Rip. Lance won, baby! Lance takes the W against Thermal. Huge. GG called by Dragonstar at the same time we get through the set. Vietnam takes it 4-2. An interesting idea from Dragonstar. He had 484 Blackwoods created. Thermal goes down to the loser's bracket. Don't worry about it, Starhammer. He's still got a chance. Lance had some good strats. But, I mean, Black Sails also had some good strats, but the quality of Vietnam showing through. ACCM super solid this set. Hope played very well as a support role. And on some of the games, actually, you know, carrying them to the W. Very, very nice job. They have a bigger test in front of them, though, for the finals. This, of course, is the semis. They will go through to face Yo and Licks. Good luck. Can they do it? I don't know. Is it even possible? I don't know, but good luck. That's all I could say. Well done. Well done indeed. Rip to Dragonstar and Dr. Cosmonaut.